Forge gang. I'm still a hard man. Alright, so I got this guy here from Instagram. I look at this shit and it's three. Judaism, Christianity, and Islam are almost the same religion. Of course, there's some differences. They have their own interpretations of what they regard as scripture and stuff, but it's just all the same. Same Abrahamic lies, same trash as they always do. It never stops. I was reading this on Instagram by, Reverend Frater Vegans. You could guess who that is. And it is a bullet point breakdown of some important figures central to the book of Revelations. Ooh, spooky. An eschatological account. I'll tell you right now that it's not eschatological. Now, this is not trying to attack anyone's credibility. I'm just doing a reaction to one Instagram article, and that's it. So, the beast of the sea. I guess this is in retort to Southern Israelite and his saying that the beast of the sea is the papacy or the Vatican. I don't know. I think that at different times, the pontificate has had different names, or the institution of the pontificate has had, various different names. So, I guess this is a retort to Southern Israelites' claim that the beast of the sea is the papacy. Anyways, the beast of the sea, the Antichrist. I believe that the Antichrist is said to be the beast of the land. It is the Anglo-American establishment, and whatever future form it may take, as the mercantile order continues its progressive movement towards centralization pursuant to globalization. I think the Chinese are probably at this point, along with the Europeans, more invested in globalizing. The Americans have kind of opted out, at least for now, trying to pursue a rather outdated and old-fashioned 1980s nostalgia for a Pax Americana that never existed to begin with, but yeah. Also, the mercantile establishment did not start in England. It just carried over to England from Holland and then to America. But anyways, yeah. No mention of Vatican II or the centralization of Vatican I for that matter. I think that it runs deeper than just the Anglo-American establishment. It's just, yeah, I think Lyndon LaRouche might have done a bit better with this, but no. The Scarlet Woman who rides the beast, the tribe of Judah, the Pharisaical traditions of men and its current form of successive continuity, the rabbinic tradition. The rabbis had some ideas carried over from the Pharisees, but the Pharisees and the rabbis are not the same. The Pharisees were before the 70 AD destruction of the Second Temple, and they kind of lingered around for a bit after that, but the rabbis kind of got their start in the 4th or the 3rd century when they started compiling the Mishnah and the Midrash or the Midrash. So the rabbis are not exactly a perfect lineal succession to the Pharisees. A woman riding a beast has long traditional apocalyptic association with religious power in relation to its beast with the two backs, symbiotic alliance with the system of the beast. Whichever instantation of political superpower the tribe of Judah may currently be conjoined with. Yeah, I think that it just goes so much deeper than just Anglos and Jews and all of that. Or Jesuits. It's all just controlled opposition. The aforementioned Antichrist, described as the man of perdition, this title was only otherwise elsewhere applied to Judas Iscariot, the apostle in the New Testament, who etymologically and semiotically represented the tribe of Judah in his juxtaposition to the other 11 apostles who collectively represented the 12 tribes of Israel, the holy nation and royal priesthood of the church, the New Israel. Other than the fact that Jesus talked about the priesthood of Melchizedek, nothing about the church ever having a new Levitical priesthood or like a new priesthood of Israel going into the church. Nothing about that is ever said in scriptures. The beast of the earth, the false prophet Islam, El-Ahal-Aslam, the beast of the earth, Daba min al-Ard, is a concept also mentioned in the Quran and is part of Islamic eschatology. Specifically, it's referred to in Surah An-Naml, the Ants, chapter 27, verse 82. The Quran describes a creature that will emerge from the earth and speak to people, indicating the corruption of humanity and the approach of the Day of Judgment. Yeah, I really doubt that Islam is ever going to be that influential. In fact, Iran follows a Shia sect, which most of the Islamic world despise. Like, most of the Islamic world actually hate the Shiites and prefer the Sunnis. Like, so people tend to forget that, like, Islam is divided into a lot of different sects, and that Muslims tend to hate each other and fight each other as much as they do other religions. It's just like, no. But anyways, yeah, I don't really think necessarily that the British Empire or the Americans are the Antichrist. And here it is, just going through a very Christological position of contending the legacy of Abraham, the legacy of Abraham's religion with Judaism and Islam, and just all the more of this monotheistic infighting game bullshit. If the first three beasts of the four beasts mentioned in Daniel represent Babylon, Media, Persia, and Greece, which included Western Turkey, it was Anatolia back then wouldn't it make sense that the composite beast in Revelation would be a single nation that includes the previous three: head of a lion, feet of a bear, and the body of a leopard? Did you know that Brussels, Mecca, Rome, Moscow, Tehran, Washington, D.C., and Jerusalem all sit on 7 hills, along with many other cities? So yeah, this is Reverend Frater Vagan's post. All it is just a big religious guess-word puzzle. It's just a gigantic Abrahamic religious word puzzle game, trying to spook you up
get you to fear and stuff. I wouldn't worry too much about what the future holds. Nobody knows what's going to happen tomorrow. Nobody even knows what's going to happen today, for the most part. All this stuff, for the most part, is just such garbage. Superstitious, nonsensical garbage and stuff. It's boring as hell. Yeah, I get tired of this crap. I get sick of these people and their stupid freaking agendas and stuff. Patriotism is nonsense. Nationalism is meaningless, and like religious fundamentalism just plays right into it as well. Yeah, dude. No, thank you. I'm done. Peace out.